Technology has a lot to offer when it comes to any field these days. The journey, which started with a few toys in the adult category, has now moved into a totally new dimension where you can make love with artificial intelligence and attain total satisfaction through the process. With robots like Harmony ready to amaze you, it looks like the situation in Japan, where a lot of people fall prey to loneliness, will not be repeated again. Welcome back to AI Science. In today's video, we'll be looking into the future of love and the kind of technology we may be seeing in our households on a daily basis. The robot may be your wife, your friend, and your loved one based on what you would want it to be. Stay tuned till the end of this video, hit the like button, and also subscribe to this channel to keep learning. So let's get started. Now, think if you have a girlfriend who looks like a regular girl, talks like one, and feels the same as well, even though she's not the regular girl you would date. This is what makes the entire world of love really different for you. Dating a robot is something that a lot of people would have considered cruel in a way. Not because the robot is harmed, but there is an association of pervertness to such a thought entirely. Thanks to science, this awkwardness is a thing of the past now. There are robots being developed for this very purpose. You could fall in love with them, talk with them, be naughty with them, and live a very happy life for a long time. This is what makes the entire world of robots so different from what they've been till now. The future is much different from what you see around you right now. If you were to fall in love with a humanoid robot who will be able to understand your likes, dislikes, comforts, and discomforts, you'll be more likely to be attracted to her rather than being attracted to a real individual. This is because of the fact that robots, due to their inherent nature, can be modified based on your comforts. This is what makes the robot much more desirable for human beings. If you walk out of the shower, fresh and ready, with a bit of your favorite cologne all over you, and if a humanoid spouse gets intimidated by it, wanting you to get on bed with it, this will mean an absolute success for the world of robots because technology has now been able to simulate the feelings of a human being to a great extent. Love and relationships are a very complex phenomena. Robots getting to understand this will have a lot of meanings in the coming times. Harmony is one of the first steps to this world coming to real life. If this works, chances are that we'll see a huge spike in the demand the market will generate for machines with such capabilities. Have you watched the movie Ex Machina? This movie was the perfect representation of the capabilities that robots may have if they're developed in the right manner. Even though the movie ends on a pretty controversial note, where a lot of people would have liked to see some more of it to understand what happened after that, the movie gained a lot of popularity back in 2014 when it was released. Who knows, the producers and directors may also gear up for a second part of the movie that could leave all of our jaws dropped to the floor. Now, there are a lot of movies that do portray a lot of similar aspects, of course, only for entertainment purposes, but all of these have created an image in our minds of the kind of future we may see as time passes. For a long duration, things were limited to Terminator kinds of technologies, and our image was restricted to their destructive capabilities. It's a true fact that movies do shape the manner in which we think and the possibilities we can have in the future. Even though the technologies in these films are too far-fetched, we can be certain that the scientists these days will also be working on these aims, which would have been highly influenced by the image that the directors of these movies would have created. So, if one were to give credits for the design of these robots, we can very well claim that a huge portion of it goes to the directors of these movies and their teams for having to come up with ideas that do not exist on the face of this planet as of now. This makes the entire concept of having artificial intelligence a lot more meaningful. If you were to take a note of an example that we have in real life today that is very close to artificial intelligence, that would be Amazon Alexa, a device that a lot of homes have nowadays. Alexa is also an artificial intelligence that is still being developed as each day passes. Now, even though Alexa does not have the ability to fall in love just yet, it will not be long before we see this happening in real life. However, once this happens, there is no going back from that stage, as the people across the world would demand highly for this technology to keep developing. Realdoll is another robot that'll be able to be very natural in bed. It'll also be able to think, speak, and respond just the way a natural human being would do. The best part is that all of these dolls will be fully customizable, not only in the form of looks, but also in terms of the kind of mentality that they may have. They'll even be able to keep a memory and speak about it at a later stage of life. This will make things a lot more humane for us, who would like to have human company but are deprived of it because of the kind of lives we live or various other factors. Now, let us speak about a few books that address the situation. David Levy, the author of Love and Sex with Robots, argues that the love and physical relationships with robots will be as normal as it has been with human beings. He continues stating that machines and artificial intelligence will be the answer to people's problems of intimacy. In other words, it'll be able to fill the void in lives of a lot of people who don't have anyone to love and hence have not been in their best mental states. People who genuinely do not have anyone to love them and are having to spend a lot of nights and days alone trying to figure out their life, and a glimpse of some socialization fading away as they get older, will have a great relief through the technology that will be developed in the times ahead. There cannot be a greater science to mankind over this. This was later followed by a study conducted at Stanford University where they stated that people may experience feelings of intimacy towards robots and the technology within it. The brains we are all blessed with were not hardwired for the kind of development and products we'll be making in the 21st century. This means that despite the difference, the brain might not necessarily be able to process them if they look extremely alike, and hence we'll make assumptions for them to be the same as a real person. So, physically, a human being will never be let off unsatisfied and will always be able to have the best time making love to these robots. This was further carried forward in the book Close Engagements with Artificial Companions: Key Social, Psychological, Ethical, and Design Issues. It was found here that there are a lot of complex issues that are yet to see a resolution. These resolutions will be worked upon by companies who intend to explore this field. If they were to state a few problems being expressed here, these are detecting the signals related to emotions, synthesizing emotional reactions and a signal of its own to be able to plan and carry out these reasonings. It is a fact that love is a lot more than a specific behavior, so hardwiring a robot to act in a certain manner to show love will not be as realistic as it stands in real life. So, there are a lot of factors that must be taken into consideration while working on AI. Predictability must be overruled. This will be the first major milestone to achieve. Me and you as users will certainly not be able to predict what the robot will do. However, the developers will know what the response will be for the actions the robot is asked to execute. This predictability is what needs to be ruled out to make a robot more lifelike. At the same time, it must be able to abide by certain rules or laws to ensure that we do not lose total control over these robots. If you would like to see an example of this, watch the movie I, Robot. This is a very good example that showcases the unpredictability of robots, which though falls totally out of the controls of human beings, leading to a huge massacre, showcases the manner in which robots can be fed with certain laws, but still be unpredictable. So that's all for today. Hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos. We'll meet you next time.